Hi guys, it's Tarnie and welcome back to my channel. As you guys would know from my last video, I have actually just started enrolled nursing at TAFE, and basically I thought it might be helpful for some people out there to give a bit of a recap on what my first few weeks were like and what you might need as well. So just to explain a little bit, so I just started a diploma in nursing at TAFE New South Wales. We were the final intake of the year, so it was actually a really late start. So we started November 18, I think, or around about mid-November. It is the, what's the date today? It's the 3rd of December today, and we've actually just finished up for the year. So I've only had 3 weeks at TAFE, but it was enough to give me like a bit of a taster and to kind of know what to expect in the coming months as well. I might just give a little bit of a rundown of what has happened in my 3 weeks that I've had at TAFE, and then I can tell you guys what you may need and may not need. Take everything I say with a grain of salt because I have only been at TAFE for 3 weeks now, so I am definitely no expert at all, but these are just some of the things that I've picked up on in the last few weeks. Now, so my first week of TAFE, it was pretty good. The first week is kind of just learning what to expect and how the diploma will kind of play out over the 18 months or however long your course is. Oh, also a bit of background, I have chosen to do a diploma of nursing through TAFE and use that as a pathway to get into university. Yeah, as I was saying, the first week is kind of just getting to know everyone in your class, getting to know the teachers, getting to know what to expect throughout the semester or the whole program, and then starting on, I'm not sure if every place is different, but we started with infection control and prevention. So infection control is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's how to prevent infection from occurring, how to minimize it, and what to do to be able to identify infection or disease. So it was a super useful topic to study. I mean, everyone needs to know about disease and infection, especially now with COVID-19 going on. So yeah, you basically learn about personal protective equipment, so PPE, and you start to learn about microorganisms and cells and different like pathogens as well. An assignment that I've actually got to do over the holidays, but I don't know, I think I'm someone who does not pick up information very well, and I've actually found this subject quite easy in my opinion, so hopefully that means most people find it super easy. Also did start learning medical terminology, so that's probably one of the things that you can do to try and not get ahead, but help your understanding when you're in class, because sometimes the teachers will be talking and they're saying all these super big words that you've never heard before, but if you've got your basic medical terminology down, then you'll probably retain a lot more of the information that they tell you. So that's something that I'm going to be working on over the summer, is trying to up my medical terminology. And then the last kind of topic that we studied is, we really only kind of just dived into it, but it was called 008, which I think basically it's just to do with all of the laws, the regulations, and I don't know, like rules and regulations to follow by. So it's boring. It was a lot of information to take in, but it's stuff that you do need to know. 008, we do have an assignment to do when we get back from the holidays. Every institution will be different, but speaking from my experience alone at TAFE New South Wales, the resources that we have available to us are incredible, and the support that we seem to have from not only the teachers but even students as well is awesome. So make sure you know that you, like, every institution will have people that you can go to for help or support. I would be surprised if certain places didn't. Make sure that you use the resources available to you and seek out how to contact these people if you are in need. For example, my campus, we have a lady that we can report to for any help or support, or even learning support if we're having difficulty with any assignments or topics that we're learning. There are people to go to for that. That's basically the first few weeks that I've had at TAFE. So yes, it's been full of information, but it's been super helpful, and really it's actually engaging content as well. I forgot to mention another thing. I had a lesson yesterday where you learn how to like make hospital bed, feed patients, how to sponge someone down while they're in the bed, how to change bed sheets while you have a patient in the bed. So I assume it's quite similar in each institution, but yeah, you'll be amazed at how much you learn in such a short period of time. The content is so engaging, and it's quite hands-on too. I find that you retain information, well, I retain information a lot better than I would if I were doing mostly theory. So I love the hands-on aspect of the study. I did just want to talk about some resources that perhaps you may want to get before you start, or may want to look into. The first thing I want to mention, actually, best thing I have bought ever, not even just for TAFE, is a diary. I'm only 3 weeks into my course, and I can already tell that being organized is going to be the best thing that I can do if I want to be able to stay on top of the workload, because I'm not even in the thick of it yet. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared when it does come to times when I've got 3 assignments due in 1 week, and an exam and this and that. So I think the best thing you can do is pick up a diary. Now, I actually just picked this one up only a few weeks ago because it is almost the end of the year, so I needed to get a new one for next year anyway. Actually, I'm a sucker for stationery, so I of course bought one from Kiki K. I think that a size like this is more than enough. You can even just get those little ones, but it's just helpful to be able to write down assignment due this day, or even a lot of days already we've had to bring certain things in, certain documents. Even yesterday we had to make sure we remembered to bring food so we could feed each other. So it's just really helpful to be able to write all of that down. I've always been a fairly organized person. I've always had a diary to keep track of everything, but I think it's just extra important to have when you're studying, so that you can stay on top of everything that you need to. I would keep an eye out around Boxing Day. There's always good sales then, or even just get one from Kmart. They've got really nice ones there too, but just something to stay organized. The next thing that I do have is a textbook. So I have the Tabner's Nursing Care Theory and Practice 7E. I think it's the 7th edition, that means. This has been so handy already. Now, I don't know if I would say a textbook is 100% necessary to have, mainly because I went to the library at our TAFE yesterday, and our TAFE campus actually has about like 10 of these that you can borrow at certain times. Personally, I just like to know that I've got one that is mine, that I can always refer to whenever I need it. However, you could get away with not buying one depending on your campus's resources. Saying that though, when you're borrowing books from a library, keep in mind you don't get to keep it for like a year. You have a limited amount of time that you can borrow that for, and then you have to borrow it again, and there can be rules on that. So no, it's not 100% necessary. But for me, I found it to be so helpful. Even in my first assignment, like all of the information I needed was in here. I actually found this on Facebook Marketplace for half price, and it's basically brand new. I think brand new, you're looking at about $120, maybe even more. Don't quote me on that. Could be, it's 100 and something. I don't think you need to buy a brand new one. I would just be looking on eBay, Marketplace, Gumtree, all those places, because as long as you've got a textbook with the information in it, doesn't matter what it looks like. There is another textbook that I want to pick up on physiology and anatomy that I don't have yet, but I would like to track one down. So I will be getting one of those shortly. Now the other thing I'd recommend having is just this is my bag I just take every day. I would recommend just having a notebook that you can take notes in. If you're organized, like have a folder with different sections for each subject maybe, or topic. But personally, like, it's hard to know what's coming. It's not like high school, like year 11 and 12, where you've got your set subjects and you just put it all in one. Like, do whatever works for you. But I purchased just this plain notebook just with lined paper, and I just take this to class every day, because when the teachers are talking, they're often sharing really valid information. So and often there are even hints for exams too. So I always make sure I've got a pen and a notebook available, just so I can quickly jot down notes when needed. Honestly, they're all that I've really needed so far. Again, I am not in the thick of it. I am only at the very beginning, and now I'm also going into a break. So I'm sure there will be a lot more that you will need once you kind of get into it a little bit more. But I just wanted this to be kind of like a basic guide of what to expect and what to bring in your first couple of weeks of doing a nursing diploma. Oh, also, as far as like laptops and things go, so far it hasn't been like super necessary to bring one to class. I would say it's necessary to have a laptop or something that you can do your assignments and whatnot on. I wasn't sure if I should bring a laptop every day or what the go was. If you like to write notes on your laptop, bring a laptop or iPad, whatever you use. But me personally, I prefer to write things down, which is why I bring my notebook. So you do need an electronic device so that you can submit your assignments on there, because all assignments have to be electronic. But so far in my first few weeks, I haven't needed to bring my laptop at all. I don't know, it's personal preference with that. But anyway, I feel like that kind of sums it all up for you guys. If you do have any questions at all, please just comment them down below and I will reply to you as soon as possible. The first few weeks are amazing. You learn so much, you meet so many new people, but what's great is that everyone is like-minded and you all have the same goals. So look to your friends for support, look to your peers for support. Make a group chat so that you can all communicate with one another. Look, I hope that someone's found this video at least a little bit useful. If you guys have enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel down below. And yeah, leave me any suggestions that you might have for video content or any questions that you might have, and I will get back to you very shortly. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!